Hey folks, Chief Meteorologist Tim Pandages here with you. I wanted to jump on our streaming platform here to give you an update on our snow that continues to fly across a good chunk of Hampton roads. Let's go to radar and show you that it's a sharp cutoff building in from the north and west. So snow will be winding down several hours ahead of schedule here. We've got one more band of some moderate snow now pushing on into the southern tip of the peninsula. Hampton, Newport News, last hurrah here of some light to moderate snow for you. Down in the central and southeastern portions of Isle of Wight towards the city of Suffolk, city line, some moderate snow for you there. South side, Norfolk, Portsmouth, seeing some moderate snow down into Chesapeake. Over into Virginia Beach, still snowing. You probably got another 1 or 2 hours of snow out in Virginia Beach. Up along the eastern shore, seeing some pretty widespread moderate snow for you. Again, the back edge is pushing over the Chesapeake Bay and will be moving right along the 13 corridor there probably within the next hour or so. And northeastern North Carolina continues to see moderate, even heavy snow there. Over the last couple of hours, we had a reading from our own Brianna Fallon, who was out there reporting live for our 11 o'clock show of 3 inches on the ground. And during her live shot, there was some heavy snow coming on down. So still very confident that those areas will be jackpot totals in the range of 4 to 6 inches. We might come in a little bit short of our 2 to 4 everywhere else, maybe on the low end of that in a lot of areas in south side based on this coming to an end a little bit sooner than expected. You can see here on the loop as that line, the back edge of the last 2 hours pushed out of Richmond and has really been hauling off to the south and east down along the 64 corridor. Still looks like several hours of some moderate snow. You can kind of see it back building out towards I-95 near Rocky Mount. So I think we've got several more hours out northeastern North Carolina, and certainly down into the Outer Banks, Dare County and points south of there, you're looking at snow probably right up till 5, 6 a.m. there. But everywhere else, our Virginia cities and counties, we'll see it come to an end much sooner than that, probably within the next 2 hours or so. Now, temperatures are extremely cold. They're down into the upper teens and lower 20s. In fact, there's a look. Let me go back here and show you that this is a live look outside from our Skyview camera atop our studios here in downtown Norfolk. And you can see visibilities are reduced. We do have that pocket of moderate snow overhead right now. I went out and measured just before we did the stream. We were about at 1.5 inches or so of snow. It's been very fine, very light snow since it started snowing around 8 o'clock this evening. Had a good 4.5 hours of snow in it. Really only added up to 1.5 inches. So snowfall rates just weren't really there. But it does continue to snow, and you see roads are covered there. That's Brambleton Avenue down in the bottom left of your screen there that has snow-covered roads, icy conditions area-wide. We're at 22 right now out at Norfolk, and notice dew points on the right side there have all come up significantly since we talked earlier this evening, even at our last stream and even at the evening news earlier today. We had those dew points down in the lower single digits, and dry air was a problem for a very short time. We overcame that dry air, saturated the column quickly, so we didn't lose any snow, that much snow from virga, sublimation, evaporation, that kind of thing. Or even once it did start to fall, once it hit the ground, it was accumulating. We didn't lose anything to melting because the ground is frozen solid. You see temperatures are well below freezing in some spots. It's even in the teens, like Melfa. Excuse me, right now at 16, 19 at Newport News, and we're sitting at 20 degrees out at Virginia Beach. So temperatures are more than efficiently cold to support snow continuing, and that's not going to be an issue at all. We do have ongoing watches, warnings. Winter storm warnings continue for south side. We've got Chesapeake, Norfolk, Portsmouth, Virginia Beach. It is expected to go until 1 o'clock in the afternoon. For some reason, I do suspect these will be probably discontinued before the sun comes up tomorrow morning. We'll probably be allowed to expire down through Elizabeth City, probably mid-morning or so, as we do expect heavier snow totals down and through there. Kind of an inverse signature here in terms of what we usually see in terms of snowfall totals for our area. Normally, it's higher totals the farther north and west you go. Closer to Richmond, more snow. Complete opposite this go around. Outer Banks could see some of the highest snow totals in decades in some of these areas. We're expecting anywhere from 4 to 6 inches in some of those spots. In fact, the snowfall map here, again, the area of 2 to 4 inches probably expanded a little bit too far to the north and west. We may barely make it to 2 inches in the far northwest areas of that, and most areas will be on the low end of that 2 to 4 range. But the 4 to 6 reading will probably come in 5, 6 inches or so, so right in the mid to upper ranges of that. and certainly just under an inch in a lot of areas in the green there. So it looks like we may be under-verifying in areas in the south side, but you know, at least an inch or two has fallen, and we still got a little bit more on the way, so we'll add to some of those totals out there. Not ready to throw the towel in completely at all. I will show you models, but I really don't think they don't any longer have a really good handle on things, because you see the HER model here, which updates hourly, so you expect it to have a good initialization of what it suspects is going on. But you see there what the initialization is, and it's nowhere close to what our current radar imagery is. What you see here has the back edge now already pushing on in through the peninsula. So not the best handle on the models right now, and they certainly didn't have it ending within the next couple of hours, so that's going to be a little bit off. But snowfall totals shouldn't be too far off there as we get to the final validation tomorrow. If you do have any, if you are able to get outside and get any of these snowfall totals or take some pictures, we do have a number you could text it to us at. So you can text us your snow pictures. Of course, probably looks a little bit better in the daylight. So if you want to wait until tomorrow morning, just jot this number down or put it in your phone, 757-628-6200. Again, text. Do not call that number. We'd love to see your pictures, and we'll show them on air tomorrow. Again, a little more snow on the way, especially in far southeastern Virginia, northeastern North Carolina. But I tell you what, Elizabeth City, this is going to be a good snow for you. Just judging by the live shot from Brianna Fallon earlier, it was snowing heavily, and she reported a recording there at 11 of 3 inches. So I could see us easily adding a couple more inches to that before all is said and done, and putting us well into that realm of 4 to 6 inches. Again, I want to show you a loop here. This is a 2-hour trend. So by the time we started at 10 o'clock, just as we were ending up our last stream, the back edge was just pulling out of Petersburg. And you can see the amount of ground it has covered in the last 2 hours. I will say probably in the last couple of frames, it does look like it maybe its southeastward advancement may be slowing down as it runs into south side there. So may squeeze out a little bit more snow before all is said and done there. But certainly all of this I do expect gone, long gone by the time the sun comes on up. We will be left with very, very cold temperatures. I do want to briefly hit on that because tonight we'll get our readings down to around 20. Which is pretty close to where we currently are. We'll have some spots in the teens, but once the system pulls away, we're going to see our gusts start to turn out of the north, 25. So with an air temperature of 20, you'll have wind chill values that'll easily dip down into the lower teens. In fact, here's a look at forecast wind chill values. Going forward about 2 hours from now, feeling like it's 9 at Melfa, 13 out at Norfolk, and by sun up tomorrow, feeling like 9 at Norfolk to Virginia Beach, 9 at Wakefield, 6 at West Point. And even through the daylight hours tomorrow, it's still going to feel like the lower teens in a lot of areas as we remain blustery throughout the day tomorrow and right into tomorrow night as well. Still feeling like the lower teens. And I will say, with a fresh snowpack in most areas, we are going to have a very cold night tomorrow. Down into the middle teens, maybe some lower teens in areas a little bit farther inland, and even down in northeastern North Carolina where that snowpack will likely be a little bit deeper. Could be on the order of a half a foot by the time all is said and done. So you have the combination of the lighter winds tomorrow, a clear sky, and fresh snowpack. Those are ingredients for a very, very cold night. Before we wrap this up, we're going to make this a rather short one, but I do want to leave you here with a look at radar once again. This is how it looks just after the top of the hour at midnight, getting into the first few minutes of our Wednesday morning. A loop of this does show a sharp cutoff of the back end of the snow. It is already wrapped up in Surrey County, western, northwestern portions of James City County. And we're also seeing things wind down in Gloucester and Matthews, kind of hugging the coast of the eastern shore of the Bay Coast. There with some moderate snow along 13, and we're probably looking at another hour or two of some steady snow into areas like Suffolk. It'll come to an end sooner for you, Chesapeake, Virginia Beach, and several more hours. We're talking 3, 4, 5 more hours of snow coming on down in northeastern North Carolina, which is another reason why those areas will see the highest snow totals by the time all is said and done. That's the latest here from the 13 News Now Weather Center. I'm Chief Meteorologist Tim Pandagius. I will be relieved by Taylor Stephenson and Craig Moeller coming up later on tonight. Taylor's going to be out in our weather tracker vehicle, giving you a look at the roads on daybreak. By the way, daybreak on the TV side. Tomorrow starts at 4 a.m., or I should say today starts at 4 a.m. for a little bit of enhanced coverage. I know a lot of school districts are closed. A lot of businesses are closed. Roads will remain very icy because air temperatures for the next 24 to 36 hours will stay below freezing. So expect those slick spots out there and enjoy the snow day if you do have one. Stay safe and stay warm, and I'll see you again tomorrow.